this is the other pieces where I guess I get frustrated because people always try to say, "Hey, it's a coordinator's fault" and all this kind of stuff. But this right here, I'm pretty sure he's not being taught to do that. That guy. It's more of what JT said. Hey, he's supposed to be
Right.
squeezing down on that guy's hip.
Pin the hip and
Not supposed
surf.
to be. He's not supposed to be looking back here. Um, you know,
Yeah, because then you get in here and you're like, bro, look how big you are. You ain't chasing this out here anyway. Just
yeah, you ain't gonna get it. So I mean, it turns into a big play, right? And it just, I just keep going back and all this. It frustrates me when people, make dumb comments about stuff. Okay,
oh well. Speaking of which, I wanted to. I saw a comment about like people or players not know like how hard is it to learn the plays, and I don't. I think people who make those comments have never seen a playbook.
the playbook. You got one open.
Well,
Shoot
I
'em.
got this one. I got this one right here.
Yeah, that's just one side of the ball.
Right. Yeah. This is just offense. My playbook in college was 357 pages. And at no point did I know everything. Is it a Sean Payton playbook? No. It is not a Sean Payton playbook. I actually have the 2023 Alabama offensive playbook as well. Well, actually, it's not the playbook. It's the fall install. It's fall install number 1.
We ain't gonna ask you how you got it, but whatever.
The internet's a very vast place. That install was 355 pages.
Yes, and that's because you got something for every. You said offensive playbook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So oftentimes, and we're going into that, is that there are adjustments that are made during the play, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you did in college, I believe. If the safety goes this way, you convert your route. If somebody else does something else, you convert your route another way.
There's another one. This is a defensive playbook.
With just the defense.
Yep. Just the defense. That's a pretty big one. I know you got two. One of them's in a big old binder.
Yeah, the big, large 3-ring,
Yeah.
5-ring binders. Or
Mine
whatever
was in one of those two. And we ran a run and shoot offense, so like every route had an option on it. And you got to draw up your run plays against all the fronts, right? Not just you got to draw it up against a 3-3 and a 3-4 and a 4-3 and a 4-2 and a 4-1 and a 3-1 and a 3-3 inside. I don't think that anybody that hasn't actually had one of these and had to study it really understands how much information is in there that you have to retain and how little time you have to retain it. Because it's not like,
and you get new looks every week.
yeah, you get stuff that breaks the rules, right? It's like, yeah, you want to say, yeah, this is what we're going to do this is how we're going to block inside zone versus a 4-2. And then it's like, yeah, that's great. You see a 4-2 on the whiteboard and we can all draw lines. But then what happens when you get a twist or a stunt or a backer blitz or the safety's coming or the defensive tackle's dropping out?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, so you practice those different scenarios for that particular defense that week. And it might all be brand new. And then the next week, none of that matters.
I appreciate you saying that because I think that's why we as players often get very frustrated with others who say the guy's stupid The guy's dumb. He's an idiot. I could see that the linebacker blitz. Well, you don't even know what the call was supposed to be or what you're supposed to be doing, like you're saying. And I think it bothers me even more because everything he just said, we talk about this now. Think if you're the quarterback, and these people were trying to hurt you, and you got all kind of looks. Now you got to look at the secondary as well
Yeah,
on what they're doing.
because you have to know what your protection is, right? Yeah, the center is going to walk up and probably identify Mike, but then you've got to look at the shell and coverage and know your down and distance and all that kind of stuff. And maybe you need to change it, slide the protection, whatever. All while you still need to read the coverage behind. Safety's moving, corners dropping out.
By the way, you're tired, and it's 25 seconds ticking down, and someone's in your ear talking to you.
Yeah, like these ain't free throws. You're not just tired standing at the line and you going through routine. We're just gonna need to collect yourself and try to hit two.
Yeah, and you just got blasted the play before, and your ribs are still hurting. So, yeah, I take it personal. I really do appreciate you bringing that up because I think that's why I know I'm going to speak for me. I know that's why I get so frustrated when fans, are make the game too simple. That was my run out on Monday. Don't make it so doggone simple because it's not, as he just said. Show them that doggone book again.
Yeah,
One side,
maybe we need to do that at the beginning of the show every week. Is pull up this book that's about 4 pounds, right, and look at all of these tabs and things. So right here, actually, since they're all put in, this I'm gonna get down to date. This portion right here, this thickness that's in my hand, this is put in 7 days. You have 1 week to know this.
yeah. Or you're
And
gonna
if
get
you
cut.
don't know it, they cut you.
You're gonna get cut.
Get out.
And you wonder why the other guys on the not playing. And it's not that now we'll use college for that instance, is that it might not necessarily mean that the guy's not a tremendous player athletically or one of your best, playmakers. Just if you can't retain the information, and as we keep showing you now, you're looking at one thing and then they shift
Oh, and then you have to go to
they
class.
motion. Yes. And man, it is so much, and you're wondering how things happen, and that's why we're probably a little bit more lenient to going, dang, that's just a heck of a play design, you know, and it's loud. That's why we ask you guys to be super loud because then you can't hear the checks, you can't hear the safeties going. Because if you're a defensive lineman, you don't know what the heck's going on out there. If you can't hear the linebacker or the safety can't get the call to the linebacker, everything breaks down. And then that's when we typically start screaming at the defensive coordinator.
Yeah. I mean, we saw it in the Georgia game, right? How loud it was. And Carson Beck tried to check to a screen and nobody heard him. And you end up throwing an interception. Like, well, it happens.
All right. We're off our soapbox.